Hello, my name is Dave Ross. I'm a member of the LA Athletic Club, as I know you are, or you're staff of the LA Athletic Club, and I welcome you to what is the fourth of our Best of the Thursday Night Jazz Salon streams. Before I tell you a little bit about the stream, I wanted to let you know, if you haven't heard already, that there's a GoFundMe website out to help LAAC members join with the management of the club to lend their support to employees who've been furloughed. And so if you go to GoFundMe.com and search for the LAAC Employee Support Fund, you'll be able to find it. And if you're so moved, make a contribution. That would be great. So tonight's Thursday Night Jazz Salon features one of the most popular singers on the Thursday Night Jazz Salon circuit, and that's a woman named Maria Howell, who also is an actress and splits her time between Los Angeles and the East Coast. So she's not out here very frequently, and I think has only sung at the Salon twice this year. That night, this is back about a month ago, gosh, more than that now, she was backed up by the Jazz Salon All-Stars, Ricky Woodard on tenor sax, Nolan Shahid on trumpet, and a remarkable young pianist, Mahesh Balasuriya, who has already played with some of the greatest names in jazz, and in fact, played with Arturo Sandoval at the White House for President Obama. Judd Pillett is on drums, and having a good, strong drummer always makes the music better. So I think it's a good night at the Jazz Salon, and I hope you enjoy it and take the time to listen to it. So on behalf of all your fellow members and the staff of the Athletic Club, thank you for taking the time to stay involved. And we'll get through this soon, we hope, and we'll be back live at the Thursday Night Jazz Salon before you know it. Best wishes, and stay safe and healthy. Bye-bye. Welcome to the Thursday Night Jazz Salon at the Los Angeles Athletic Club. Each Thursday night from 7 to 9:30 Pacific Time, world-class jazz artists perform the greatest popular music ever written, the Great American Songbook. The Thursday Night Jazz Salon streams live from the elegant intimacy of the Invention Supper Club on the third floor of the venerable Los Angeles Athletic Club, founded in 1880. Hip cocktails, elegant cuisine, and an enthusiastic audience of the beautiful people make the Jazz Salon the most important destination in Los Angeles for Great American Songbook jazz. The Jazz Salon All-Stars have performed with jazz giants, including Ellington, Basie, Ella, Sarah, and Sinatra, as well as legendary performers including Ray Charles, B.B. King, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Natalie Cole, Diana Ross, Diana Krall, John Legend, and Cecile McLaurin-Savant. Tonight, the Jazz Salon features Nolan Shahid on trumpet, Ricky Woodard on sax, Mahesh Balasuriya on piano, Judd Pillett on drums, Dave Ross on bass, and we're so happy to have back one of our favorite singers, the wonderful Maria Howell. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome to the Thursday Night Jazz Salon. That'll work, Joseph, if you want to squeeze in back there. I'm Dave Ross, and so pleased to have you all here. We've got familiar faces and some new faces. We had a new member reception last night at for the Los Angeles Athletic Club, and we had, I think, over 80 new members show up. And we had, in the month of January, over 100 members joined the club. And the Jazz Salon, they're telling me, is a big reason why particularly young people are joining. So that's really exciting for me. And there were several new members last night that said they were going to be coming tonight. And I think we've got pretty close to a full house tonight. So that makes it all the more fun. We're streaming, as we do every Thursday night, live streaming all over the galaxy. So for those of you who aren't able to join us in person and are watching on the stream, we're in downtown Los Angeles at the Los Angeles Athletic Club, which was formed originally and has been operating continuously since 1880. Kind of a remarkable record in such a transitional town as Los Angeles is famous for being. And the clubhouse that we're in was built in 1912, so it's over 100 years old. We're up on the third floor, and the people in the room can see that there are large columns in the room. And those columns run through the Los Angeles Athletic Club because 2 floors above us is what, when the building was built originally, was the largest above-ground swimming pool in the world. And fortunately, it's still up on the 5th floor, and that's because of these columns. So
We're in a It's a private club, and so we are in a room that looks like it belongs in a private club. It's got expensive wood paneling and artsy etchings on the wall, uh, expensive lighting and carpeting. And you look out in the room, and for the most part, it looks like there are very wealthy, comfortable, good-looking people in the audience. Now, not entirely, but I mean, almost, there's a really high percentage. I'd say a higher percentage than in any other place in LA where they play jazz. Yeah, I think so. We've got one of our favorite singers back. She splits her time between the East Coast and the West Coast. She's an actress as well as a singer, and so we're all excited. It's been several months we've had a chance to play music with her. So I'll introduce the band before I bring her up. We've got well, you heard a little bit from that first song, a piano player who's just thrilling to listen to and so much fun to play music with. He's got a very original approach to how he plays, and I have to admit I wasn't familiar with his name. A singer, he came in one night with a singer, and she asked if he could sit in, and we played one tune together, and it was like, oh my Lord, we got to get this guy to come back. And we've been lucky enough now to have him as a regular at the Jazz Salon. He's played with some exciting players, including Natalie Cole, Stanley Clarke, Ravi Coltrane, Wayne Shorter. And I was in the dentist's office a few weeks ago waiting for my root canal, and I was looking at YouTube, and there was an Arturo Sandoval NPR special video, and I started looking at it, and I thought, oh my God, that's this kid that's playing piano with us. Here he is with Arturo Sandoval, and he played with Arturo for President Obama at the White House. So he's a remarkable player and really making a name for himself internationally. Would you please give a warm welcome to the wonderful Mahesh Balasuriya. Well, literally for years, we stumbled along without a drummer. We didn't know any better. We thought that you didn't have to have a drummer to sound good. But the truth was, we always were missing something. And we were fortunate enough, we were limited to not having a drummer just because of our budget, really. And so a gentleman came in with his girlfriend a couple of months ago to hear us and contacted me afterwards to say that he's got a day job and he does well there. And so he's not looking for a paying gig, but he loved the players and he wanted to know if he could play drums with us. And so we tried it out, and he's been with us ever since. And I really can't tell you how grateful I am to have something that I didn't know I was missing the whole time. He's a wonderful person as well, and a really lovely drummer. In his day job, he's been the producer and showrunner on shows like Coach, Mad About You, and Just Shoot Me. Please give a warm welcome, Mr. Judd Pillett on the drums. Well, we've got I don't know how, they're really the heart and soul of the music that we play here at the Jazz Salon. And I know it was their playing that got Judd excited about joining, and the audience members who frequent the Jazz Salon. These are the two players that they refer to most often as the reason for making sure the Jazz Salon is a regular destination. On saxophone, an artist who has achieved a rare feat among horn players. You look at a saxophone in this case, made out of brass. It's all metal. There's a little reed on it, but otherwise it's all metal. And you think, how could somebody create a sound on a sax that is there every time he plays it and is so distinctive that his reputation has been built on it? And that's our sax player. When you get used to his sound, you'll recognize it on records and wherever he's playing. It's just the most beautiful sound. Let me tell you some of the people with whom he's played. He started out with the great Ray Charles, touring the world for 7 years. He went on to play with Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan. He's played with Rod Stewart and B.B. King, Diana Krall. He's on the latest John Legend album. He is one of the greatest living saxophone players. To have him in a small venue like this, where you can be up close and personal, get a chance to talk to him during the break, is such a privilege. He's off to Nashville tomorrow for a couple of weeks, so let him know. We're going to miss him next week. Let him know how much you appreciate him. On sax, the great Ricky Woodard. On trumpet, on cornet tonight. So tonight, normally our trumpet player is playing a smaller version of the trumpet called a cornet. If you had gone through the Civil War, you probably would have been called to attention every morning to one of these things. It's, I think, probably a more difficult instrument to play, so you'll have a chance tonight to hear a beautiful instrument rarely heard live. He's got a remarkable career as well as a musician. He started in his 20s. He was playing with the great Duke Ellington Orchestra, joined the Count Basie Band, where he was first chair trumpet for 3 years, and he loved playing with Count Basie, would have continued playing, but he got a call from a pop star who had a lot of money to spend, and he hired him away from Count Basie, and his name was Marvin Gaye. He went on tour with Marvin Gaye, became Marvin Gaye's musical director, and then toured with Stevie Wonder and Diana Ross, Natalie Cole, Phil Collins, Preservation Hall Jazz Band. Folks, he's one of the greatest human beings and greatest trumpet players on the planet. Give a warm, you can see he's the only one that's dressed like your mama tells you to dress, like really outstanding. The great Nolan Shahid. So I mentioned our singer earlier, and you'll know right away within the first song why we love her so much. I mentioned she's an actress as well as a singer, and a few of her TV shows include Army Wives, Devious Maids, Aquarius, Criminal Minds, but she was on the big screen in movies like The Color Purple, Blindside, Hunger Games, and the Oscar-nominated film Hidden Figures. As a vocalist, she's performed on stage with Nancy Wilson, George Benson, Ray Charles, Earl Klugh. Ray Charles played with just about every living person. It's amazing. Earl Klugh, both Ronnie and Hubert Laws. We're so happy to have her back. Come on up here, the great Maria Howell.
Good evening, everyone. Let's please give these wonderful musicians on stage a big round of applause. Yes. And welcome to the Thursday Night Jazz Salon. Some of you I've met before and some I haven't, so welcome. It's good to see you. Hi. Hi there. So, we're going to start with a song. And this song, I typically like to start sets with this because it says everything I need to say. I need to say this. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah. I love the East, I love the West. North and South, they're both the best. Oh, but I only love to go there, I guess, 'cause I love being here with you. I I love the sea, love the shore, love the rocks, and what is more, with you they'd never be a bore, 'cause I love being here with you. Singing in the shower, laughing by the hour, life is such a breezy game. I love all kinds of weather, long as we're together. Oh, I love to hear you say my name. I love good wine, fine cuisine, candle lights, I love the scene. Baby, if you know just what I mean, said I love being here with you. I love a dance with Fred Astaire, Brando's eyes, your Brenner's hair, yeah. But I think that it's only fair to say I love being here with you. And Cary Grant, oh, do not dare, his charm takes me away. But don't get me wrong, how do you say I love being here with you? Now, a bassy band is swinging, I like Ella singing. Of course, there's something else, you know. They know how to play it, they know how to say it. They just wind it up and let it go. I love the thrills of New York shows. I wanna kiss Durante's nose. But let me say before I close that I love being here with you. Come on, somebody. That was Ricky Woodard. Nolan Shahid. Mahesh. That was just pretty awesome. Judd. I love a dance with Fred Astaire. Your Brenda's eyes and that hair. But I think that it's only fair to say I love being here with you. And Cary Grant, oh, do that day, is a charm, takes me away. But don't get me wrong, how do you say I love being here with you now? This band is swinging, I like Ella singing, of course. There's something else you know. They know how to play it, they know how to say it. They just wind it up and let it go. I like the thrill of New York shores of my baby. I wanna kiss Denzel Washington's nose, honey. But let me say before I close, I love being here with you. You see, I love being here with you. Said I love being here with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh yeah, it's on. Yes. Yes, darling. Let's do something a little bit of a Latin flavor. I just made that up at the last minute. Okay. Oh yeah. Makes me want to dance. Are we live streaming? All right, you people out there in live stream land, I'm dancing. Oh yeah, boys, come on now, sing. Oh, that was a smooth move right there. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so I can hardly speak, and I seem to find that happiness I see when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak. When we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I love to climb a mountain and reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me quite as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Come on and dance with me. I want my arms about you, the very charms about you. They're gonna carry me on through to heaven. Yeah. Oh baby, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so I can hardly speak, and I seem to find that happiness I see. Oh baby, when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to climb a mountain and reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me quite as much as dancing cheek to cheek. You see, I would love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, mama, baby, come and dance with me. I want my eyes about you, the very charms about you. They're gonna carry me on through to heaven. Oh, my babe, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so I can hardly speak. And I seem to find that happiness I see, yes, when we're out together dancing, having so much fun romancing. You see, we're out together dancing, cheek to cheek, cheek, cheek to cheek. Sure, we gotta run it down, cheek. Cheek to cheek, cheek. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, like, we're going to slow it down just a bit and do a ballad. Yes, we're going to do a song. I'm going to use your table like it's my table.
So we got some background on this song. This is a
Background?
Well, this is a song that I'll bet most of the people in this room have never heard before.
Oh, you mean background like the story? I thought you were bringing some background singers up here. I'm like, I don't think it's called.
Well, Nolan and I are going to sing background on this.
This has been gone a long time. I don't know.
Jimmy Van Heusen, one of the great American composers, alcoholic from when he was a teenager, kicked out of high school, became a radio disc jockey, and his name was Chester Babcock. And the first day on the air, he gave his name, and afterwards the station manager said, "You can't say Babcock on the radio, seriously." And so he changed his name. He just picked it out of the hat from the ad for Van Heusen shirts. And so he changed his name from Chester Babcock to Jimmy Van Heusen. And when he moved out to L.A. to write for Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby, he, unbeknownst to really all the people that he worked with out here, he was also a jet fighter pilot for Lockheed. He was part of Skunk Works. Yeah. Oh yeah. And so he was a remarkable guy. He lived in whorehouses for most of his life.
He was
nuts and wonderful and crazy, and finally got married in his 50s. But this is an example of the utterly original and hauntingly beautiful songs that he could write. This is about love. This is like a primer of...
I'm so glad you're still talking, because I would hate to be singing and that happened.
I know, really. I timed it perfectly, didn't I?
Perfect.
Yes, he's chasing somebody in love. That's what that is. That's
so perfect.
So here's a song called But Beautiful.
Love is funny, or it's sad, or it's quiet, or it's mad. It's a good thing, or it's bad. but beautiful. Beautiful to take a chance, and if you fall, you fall. I'm thinking I wouldn't mind at all. Love is tearful or it's gay. It's a problem or it's fair. It's a heartache either way, but it's so beautiful. And I'm thinking, if you were mine, I'd never let you go, and that would be the beautiful. I know. Love is tearful or risque. It's a problem either way. It's a heartache or it's lame, but it's so beautiful. And I'm thinking, if you were mine, I'd never let you go. That would be so beautiful. Yeah, you know that would be so beautiful. That would be beautiful. I know. Thank you. Once again, Ricky Woodard on sax. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And It's been a minute since I've been back here. I think I haven't been back since when? September? Like September. So it's good to be back here. I typically come like once a month or whenever I'm in town. So thank you all. And I have to give shout outs to dear friends of mine who've come tonight. We got Robert over here. Hey, Robert. Who's right in the middle of something. And over here, we have, oh my gosh, we're doing that one? Okay, we have Royce, who I don't know if many of you know that I do a show of my own called Duets, one of my Duets core 4 members. So, hey, Royce and Chris, yay! Very, very dear Jeanette, who comes in all of the time. Jeanette and Daniel, yay, yay. And we've got one of my closest friends from the East Coast, wonderful, wonderful actor in her own right. If you just turn the TV on, you probably will see her. But Miss Donna Bisco, who is in town for a couple of weeks, Donna Bisco and her manager, Cheryl Martin, and Troy Martin, thank you so much for being here. Your first time at this sexy place, as she calls it, this sexy jazz salon. How many first timers do we have? First timers? Yeah? This is pretty hot. Yeah? Cool. You've been here before, you remember? Wonderful, good to have you here. And we've got our great, great dear friend who's going to come up. I'm going to introduce you later to come up and give that specialness that you give. I won't even give it away. I don't want to give it away. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Carrie's over here. So we'll talk about that in a minute, which is really cool because it takes me back. And he has all the attire on to make it work. So we're going to leave that alone. When you get up here, they'll be like, all of that. So what are we doing now? Oh my God, this is like my theme song for this month. No, I can't. No, I can't. I have to do. I'm just joking. You can play it in any key you want to, Dave. I'll sing it in the key that I sing it in. We hope it comes together nicely. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Why not? We're improvisers. Let's go for it. Might be making a hot mess. If I start talking in this song, if I just do it like spoken word, you'll know why. Okay. We've never done this before together, so just to let you know. It's time to start praying that Maria gets through this song. Are you with me? Never, never will I marry. Never, never will I wed. I was born in solitary. Wide my world, narrow my bed. Never, never, never will I marry, born to one day till I'm dead. No burdens to bear, no conscience, no care, no memories to mourn, no burning, for I was born to wander. Solitary, wide my world, narrow my bed. Never, never, never will I marry, born to one day till I'm dead. no care, no memories to mourn, no turning, for I was born to wander. Solitary, wide my world, narrow my bed. Never, never, never will I marry, born to wander till I'm dead. Yeah, there you go. So, like, I'm gonna have to give you a hug. Come here. We just met tonight. So give Mahesh another big round of applause. Where'd you come from? You came from another planet. Thank you for being here. You are a unicorn. So, at any rate, sure, I'm kind of an old-fashioned, but you know, let's take it about. How about if we switch it up a little bit? Why don't we switch it up? I want to do Old Devil Moon. How about if we do that one? Okay? It's one of my favorite songs tonight. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Make me want to dance. So, like, let's break it down just a little bit. So Dave didn't mention to most of you that we all come together on a Thursday night. The Jazz Salon, Dave is a member here at the athletic club. So he, fortunately, how many years ago has it been? 5 years ago? He started this whole jazz salon to open it up to the public. Am I right? And that's a great thing he did. And I basically came to visit one night, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool and laid back. I had just moved to LA myself. And Dave invited me to come and sit in. And 4 years later, here I still am. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes. And we have other vocalists like Miss Barbara Morrison who comes in, and other vocalists that come and we rotate. But these gentlemen, these two fine gentlemen, are like staples here. Yes. Nolan and Ricky. Yes. So we have, thank you. We have different guests coming in, but the point I'm trying to make is that we all come together, whatever combination it is, and it's our first time together. So we're just kind of doing that jazz thing. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to do my best to sound as sultry as I can on the microphone. Yes. I'm going to play to this side of the room, and thank you so much, Mr. You are so fabulous. This gentleman here, Joseph, who I squeezed in a corner and he just smiled and sat down. I'm not even the hostess, but he let me sit him over there in that comfortable seat. Thank you so much. And over to this side, for all of you who are bopping your heads and your necks and all that good stuff. And for you who's videoing this particular segment, I'm going to talk to your audience. Yes. Hello. All day I've been trying to get this British accent, and so like now I want to kind of bring it out before I sing this song. You know what I'm saying, Carrie? That's all I got left. Woo. This is pilot season, so we're all in that auditioning mode, you know what I'm saying? So you can turn on the TV and see us all the time like you see Donna. But this particular song, if you want to snap your fingers along with us, feel free to do so. Killer Joe, Killer Joe, Killer Joe, don't looked at you and suddenly something in your eyes I see soon begins bewitching me. It's that old devil moon you stole from the sky. That old devil moon in your eyes. You and your glance make this romance too hot to handle. Stars in the night blazing their light can't hold a candle to your razzle dazzle. You know you got me flying high and wide on a magic carpet ride full of butterflies inside. I wanna cry, I want to cry, I wanna laugh like a loon. It's that old devil moon in your eyes. Yeah. Once again, Nolan. Mahesh. I don't know what to do with that. I love it. Just keep circling that till I get my breath back. One more time, one more time. Here we go. I got it. You and your glass make this romance too hot to handle. Stars in the night, blazing the light. Can't hold the candle to your razzle flying high and wide on a magic carpet ride full of butterflies inside. I wanna cry, I want to grow. Should I wanna laugh like a loon? Yeah, it's that old devil moon in your eyes, talking about those eyes. Ooh, nothing like those eyes. Thank you. Thank you so much. We got room for one more? Got room for two more. Okay. Yes, let's do that. Because my friend is visiting from Georgia. I'm going to do a song called Georgia.
And we've got on the saxophone a man who played this song at least 1 million times with Ray Charles.
That's right. All right. Actually, over my mantle, I have a picture of Ray Charles, a portrait with him. So this is a special song for me, too. Dedicated to Donna. Yay! Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia, my sweet Georgia, no peace, said no peace I find. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me. Other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see. Oh, that road, it leads back to you. Oh, Georgia, my sweet Georgia, said no peace, ooh, no peace I find. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Oh yeah. Give it up to Ricky, y'all. Reach out to me, yeah. Other eyes, they smile tenderly, yeah. Still in peaceful dreams, I see that road. Said it leads back, yeah, it leads back to you. Said no peace of mind. Just an old sweet song, yeah, keeps Georgia on my mind. Oh, yeah, yeah, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Hey, yeah. Ooh.
Maria Howell, everybody.
Ricky Woodard, everybody.
Yeah. Mahesh Balasuriya on the piano. Judd Pillett on the drums. And Mr. Nolan Shahid taking a little break to rest himself.
And Mr. Dave Ross, our band leader, everybody.
Would you please welcome up to the bandstand the wonderful Carrie Peck.
Donna, you remember me? She says she doesn't remember me. So, I just gotta talk over here. I found a better dancer than you. It happened by accident. I was going by a club and there was music coming out on the sidewalk and I walked in, there was this gal in the dance floor and she said, "Jump on in." And I did. We danced till the next morning. I found a better listener than you. Girl next door comes over, watches me, I read my poetry, and she'll sit down. I can read the longest poem, and she'll sit and read. She's the best listener ever. I found a better cook than you. Yeah. Not that there was any particular complaints, but hell, I did half the work, and there was that incident with the rice. So there are new hands in the kitchen now, and the food is tasty. So that's what I've been doing since you left me. And the dancing lady, it's so loud we can hardly talk. And the listening lady, well, she just listens. And the cooking lady, I don't know what we talk about. I sure haven't found a better kisser than you, and baby, that's the truth. I just thought I'd stick with the Valentine's Day theme. I've been trying to do that all month. I carry your heart with me. Carry it in my heart. I'm never without you anywhere I go, my dear. Whatever is done by only me is done by you, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate. I want no world for beautiful. You are my world, my true, and it's you are whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun has ever been. Here is the secret of the secret. Here is the deepest secret. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of a tree called life. higher than soul can hope or mind can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart in my heart. White thighs, hillocks of whiteness, O woman's body, you resemble the world in your attitude of surrender. My peasant body savagely excavates you and makes a child leap from the earth's dust. I was alone like an animal, the birds fled from me, and into me entered the night's heavy invasion. To outlive me, I framed you like an arm at the forge, like an arrow in my bow, like a stone in my sling, like a paper on the floor. Body of flesh and moss and form and covetous milk, on the cups of your chest, O eyes of absence, O rose of your hips, O slow, sad voice. O body of my woman, I shall persist in your gracefulness. My thirst, my desire unlimited, my uncertain road, dark water courses where eternal thirst follows. I didn't want to be up there. There's no other way. 8 or 10 poems a night. Behind me in the sink are dishes, haven't been done in 3 weeks. The bed's unmade, the sheets need changing. Half the lights are out here. I've got replacement bulbs, but I can't get them out of their plastic wrappers, and it gets darker and darker. In spite of the fact that my dirty shorts are in the bathtub and the rest of my laundry is across the floor, they haven't come for me yet. Oh, them with their rules and their badges and their numb ears, and them and their caprice. Like a fox, I run with the hunted. And if I am not the happiest man on earth, I am surely the luckiest man alive.
Carrie Peck, everyone. Was that last one Charlie Bukowski?
Yes.
Charlie Bukowski. You had to bring filth into this beautiful room. I got to give him a little guff. Carrie and I have known each other. We met each other in 1962 when we were 12 years old in the 7th grade. We went to a boys' military academy because we were both incorrigible delinquents. And they tried to soften us up by teaching us poetry. And I ignored all of it, and Carrie paid attention. And so you can see it's good for a person. It's a really wonderful thing to have you here, Carrie. Thanks so much. Another round of applause, please, Mr. Carrie Peck. So just quickly around the bandstand, on the piano, a gentleman who's played with tons of big shots, and I know, like Natalie Cole, Stanley Clark, Ravi Coltrane, John's son, Wayne Shorter. Now, there's a little secret. He's going to punch me afterwards for letting you know this, but if you were wondering, it's true. He is the musical director for Engelbert Humperdinck. You were probably wondering. And, but there was another, who's the guy? He's the sweetest guy. You know, he should be a big, snotty guy, but he just never learned to do that because he played in 2014 for Obama in the White House with the great Arturo Sandoval. Give a warm welcome, Mr. Mahesh Balasuriya on the piano. For those of you who love this music or American music at all, you think about the artists who were seminal. You know, kind of there's Mozart's and Beethoven's from the classical age, and in the age of jazz, it's people like Ella Fitzgerald, Duke Ellington, Count Basie, and our horn players played with those pioneering original artists, people who created this music. Our trumpet player played with both Ellington and Basie, and went on to play with Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross, Natalie Cole. Our sax player, 7 years on the road with the great Ray Charles, played with Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald, Rod Stewart. He just played on the latest John Legend album. Can you believe we've got Ricky Woodard and Nolan Shahid here? Give them a big round of applause. They're so lucky. And then bringing up the rear, like the little kids, like Charlie Brown, you know, pulling his wagon along. The drummer and I play here simply because we can't believe we are. It's just like, we just can't believe we're actually on the bandstand with these other musicians and these great singers. So please give a nice round of applause on drums, Mr. Judd Pillett. And I'm Dave Ross. We have to do it one more time. And I could tell by your comments during the break what you think of our singer. In another age, first of all, I'd never be able to play with these people because they would be playing at the Hollywood Bowl and there'd be all these huge jazz gigs they'd be playing. So we're fortunate in their misfortune. And it's the same with our singer. In another age, she would already have all these albums and be this big famous singer. But because that business has changed so much, she's just as fabulous as she would have been, but we get to have her instead of the big famous people. So would you please give a warm welcome back up to the bandstand, the one and only Maria Howell.
Thank you so much for that eloquent howl. Let's give these gentlemen another round of applause, everyone.
So I just asked Maria, you know, what kind of person is she? I mean, is she racy? Is she modest? Is she extroverted? Is she introverted? What kind of person? And if you give us a setup. So we're going to set this up, and she's going to tell you a little bit about the kind of person that she is.
And first and foremost, let's give Carrie another round of applause as well. I think it's so cool to sit back in this kind of sexy atmosphere, as Cheryl has coined it tonight, and hear spoken word with music behind. And so, and you dedicated it to my friend who's visiting. That was pretty cool. But she's a good kisser, right? I'm old-fashioned, I love the moonlight. I love the old-fashioned things. The sound of rain upon my window pane, the starry songs April sings. This year's fancies are passing fancies, but sighing sighs, holding hands. This my heart understands. I'm old-fashioned, but I don't mind it. How I want to be. If you'll agree with me to stay old-fashioned with me. Yeah. I said I am old-fashioned. I love the moonlight. I love those old-fashioned things. The sound of rain upon my window pane, of the starry song April sings. This is fancies, a passing fancy. Sighs, holding hands. This my heart understands. I don't mind it. Said that's how I want to be. If you'll agree with me, to stay old-fashioned with me. So, like, all of a sudden, I like the way I say all of a sudden. We didn't talk like that, come from North Carolina. But since I'm here in this sexy jazz salon, we're going to call it the sexy jazz salon. Cheryl coined it tonight. You know, all of a sudden, a blues just came to mind. In F. That one. Just came to mind for all of you live streamers. This is for you. I don't know who I'm talking to, but hi. So I'm going to set up the tempo here. Blues on a Thursday night. And for our folks over here, good to see you as well. I haven't seen these folks. Is it Cheryl and Ron? Rob, that's what I said, Rob. Haven't seen you in a year. Good to see you again. And all of the folks I've never met before. We're going to do a blues, go something like. It's a blues here at the Jazz Salon on Thursday night. And we're gonna make up some lyrics right here just to describe the evening, just like we do when we do what we do. Because this way you'll say when you go home, woo, we had a good time at that sexy jazz salon. Now first I'd like to start out by just doing a little sketch. I like that drummer, because that's where it's at, yeah, at the jazz salon. Ooh, I think I'm gonna scat a little tonight at this sexy jazz salon, yeah. And hopefully when we get through, you'll say, ooh, I'm so glad I came, yeah. Treats me all for me. 2 times. Said my man, he don't love me. Treats me all for me. He's the lowest man that I ever did see. He wears high-waist pants, stripes are really yellow. I meant to say he wears striped socks. They used to be yellow. Hey, when that man gets to loving, yeah, he is so fine and mellow. Hey, love will make you do right, yeah. It'll make you do wrong, make you stay all night long. Love will make you do right and do wrong, make you stay out all night long. trusted with. But when you try to get that loving, yeah, that man has turned on and gone. Somebody better play for him, make up some other lyrics. Come on now. Can play that saxophone. I said, that man can sure not play that saxophone. When he gets to wailing on that horn, makes me wanna stay up all night long, yeah. They call it stormy Monday, my baby said Tuesday, 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 just as bad. Said they call it stormy Monday. Tuesday is just as bad. Don't you know Wednesday's so much worse, yes. Thursday's so sad, yeah. Now here's what I do on the weekend. The flies on Friday, but Saturday I said I go out and play. Yes, I do. I really do. Said I do. One more time. The eagle flies on Friday, my mama, baby. Saturday I go out to play. Hey, hey. But when I get up on Sunday morning, yeah, get down on these little old brown knees and I pray. Yeah, yeah, here's what I say, y'all. I wanna say, Lord, 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 Lordy, Lord, Lord, won't you have a little bit of mercy? Have some mercy on me. Something about a Thursday night, you gotta do a blues. Gotta do a blues. Yeah. It's one of those. Yes, let's do something a little bit more sultry. I want to bring myself back and be shiny again. Yes. Let's do it as, yes, Dave. Something kind of cool that makes me feel like it came out of 1960 but is still in 2020. I don't know what that means, but it feels good to say. The look of love is in your eyes. The look, your smile can't disguise. The look of love, it's saying so much more than these words could ever say. And what my heart has spent, it takes my breath away. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, you've got that look of love. It's on your face, the look, your smile can't erase. So my baby, keep mine tonight. Let this be just the start of so many nights like this. Yeah. Let's take a lover's vow and then we'll seal it with a kiss. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, don't ever go. Nolan. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, don't ever go. go. Don't ever go. I love you so. Don't ever go. I love you so, yeah, 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 yeah. Once again, Nolan Shahid, Mahesh on piano. I'm changing things up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
There's my word again.
Yeah.
But you know what, Dave?
No.
You know, looking at this thing over here, it's almost like, for example, I had to do the national anthem for like this professional football game one time, right? And you know, they have the big jumbotron.
Yeah.
You cannot look at that and sing at the same time
Yeah. Yeah.
because that little split second delay will throw you off, and it's like I'm doing it right.
Don't look. Don't look. Don't look.
It's so weird. I love
Did
it.
they
It's
make
like,
you wear shoulder pads when you did that? Yeah.
It's just interesting. So
So we got a
kinda
lot
cool.
of pretty songs left.
yeah, but I was getting ready to change it up for
Okay.
a sec because I want to do a song. It's just a fun song to do. I just like to do it. So it gives you an opportunity to turn that high end down just a tiny bit for me. I mean, just a tiny bit. I want to do Paper Moon. Don't know why that just popped into my head. Yeah. Okay. In the key of C. About this tempo. I don't know what that is, but you're good. About this tempo here. I mean, like. It's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. It's only a canvas sky hanging over a Muslim tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played out of any arcade. It's a bottom and baby world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Okay, check this out. I want to just give the drummer some. Like James Brown said, let's give the drummer some. So we're gonna go just me and Jeff. How about that? It's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. It's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Me and drums. Out your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played at a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believe me in drums. It's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree. But it would be make-believe if you believed in me. Out your love, honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played at a penny arcade. Yeah. Judd, everybody. Now, if you can sing this next, I'm just joking. But it would be make-believe if you believed in me. But it would be make-believe if you believed in me. If you believed in me. You believed in me. And that's what we do at the Jazz Salon, the sexy Jazz Salon. That's a sexy Jazz Salon song. Let's don't even talk about it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's just do the song. Oof. There's only one word to do it. Sexy. Oh my God. Oh God. About right here, dudes. Okay, wait a minute. Did I just call you dudes? I'm sorry, gentlemen. I just went there. It was like part of the thing, you know. Nolan Shahid has the best sounds over here, I have to say. I can always count on him. It's very difficult to be on stage and you hear this and you try to contain and maintain, but he's got that. Do it, Nolan. What can you do with that but say, did you say I've got a lot to learn? Don't think I'm trying not to learn, since this is the perfect spot to learn. Teach me tonight, starting with the ABC of it, right down to the X-Y-Z of it. Help me solve the mystery of it. Oh, teach me tonight. The sky's a blackboard high above above you. And if a shooting star goes by, I'll use that star to write I love you 1,000 times across the sky. One thing is very clear, my love. Should the teacher stand so near, my love? Graduation's almost here, my love. Teach me tonight. My hand. The sky's a blackboard high above you, and if a shooting star goes by, I'll use that star to write I love you 1,000 times across the sky. One thing isn't very clear, my love. Should the teacher stand so near, my love. Graduation's almost here, my love. So will you teach me tonight? Love, I feel my love. Hey, Lord. So would you teach me tonight? Mahesh. Yeah. Wow.
We've come to the end of the second set, the end of the evening. We wanted to close with a song that turned out to be Get Out of His Way. $100 going in the tip jar. Thank you so much. Who cares if your kids never get to college? You know, it's really so. They'll all become jazz musicians once they find out that Dad put $100 in the jazz jar.
That's funny.
This song, did you know that The Wizard of Oz, Yip Harburg, who was a hard left socialist kind of guy, wrote the book for The Wizard of Oz and wanted it to be a diatribe against capitalism. It's really what it's intended to be. That's the subtext of it. So they wrote this thing, and Harold Arlen, who wrote the music, wanted to write a really sentimental song for the title, the lead song. And in the final screening, thank you, Arlen was there with the producers, and it was the first time the producers had heard this song, and they thought it was so maudlin that they refused to allow it to be in the movie. And Harold said that if they didn't allow this song to be in the movie, he would take all the songs out of the movie, and that would be that. So they reluctantly left it in. It became the most popular song in the history of film music. So we thought this would be a sweet song to end with. Here we go.
And first of all, thank you all for being here tonight. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you. And to our online audience, thank you. And these wonderful gentlemen on stage who keep me laughing. Yes, Ricky, Nolan, Mahesh, Judd, and our band leader, Dave Ross. Yes. And just as a shameless plug, if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can do that. Maria as in West Side Story, Howell as in Thurston Howell III. Yes, go ahead, Maria Howell on all social media platforms. I will answer you back. Thank you. So this song, I think I used to run away from this song so much when I was younger. Until Dave kept saying, Maria, sing this song, sing that song. And so I just started singing it here at the Jazz Salon. I sing it nowhere else, Dave. Nowhere else, Dave. Only for you, Dave. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a place that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream, they really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where raindrops fall like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds do fly, and if birds can fly over the rainbow, why, then why can't I? Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where, said that's where you're gonna find me. Yeah, somewhere over the rainbow, those bluebirds do fly. And if birds can fly over the rainbow, why, then oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Maria Howell,
Thank you so much, Ed.
please tell her to come back soon. We miss her at the Jazz Salon. Come back soon. Ricky Woodard on the tenor sax. Nolan Shahid on the cornet. Mahesh Balasuriya on the piano. Judd Pillett on the drums. Dave Ross on the bass. Thank you all so much for coming to the Thursday night.